Prince Harry has effed up big time, and King Charles, he is not amused. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef, the Alternerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to another dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much got me eye, and oh my goodness. Yeah, let's jump into this one, shall we? So, Hazard has effed up big time, and King Charles is absolutely, undeniably angry at him due to Hazard causing the late Queen Elizabeth II a lot of anguish in her final years. Now, the king, he's celebrating his 75th birthday tomorrow, and Hazard and Megsy are not going to be there. Now, initial reports were that they got invited and Prince Hazard declined the invitation, but then Prince Hazard, through his spokesperson, turned around and said, I didn't decline an invitation because I never got one. Which, to me, further proves that, King Charles is absolutely angry at Hazard, because if not, he would have sent an invite to his youngest son, right? Makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you? He's also furious at the claims Hazard made in his book Spare against his wife Queen Camilla. And so, again, I can absolutely believe that, everything that Hazard said about Queen Camilla being the wicked stepmother, that she sacrificed Hazard to the altar of PR to further her own career within the royal family, all that malarkey. Yeah, all those claims that Hazard made against Queen Camilla, absolutely, I can certainly believe that the king would also be angry at Hazard for saying those things as well, right? All makes sense to me so far. How about you? Now, according to the Daily Mail, a source is saying that there is an undeniable anger out of all this at the anguish the king believes Harry, and by extension, I would say Megsy, caused the late Queen Elizabeth II in the last years of her life. Also adds that Hazard's criticism of Queen Camilla also didn't go down well as well. Now, again, I can absolutely believe 100% this source. Now, the source is saying that King Charles will never close the door on his youngest son because, do you know what? Let's keep it 100. Regardless of all the mud that Hazard has thrown against the crown and the royal family, King Charles, Queen Camilla, everyone, ultimately, blood is blood, right? It's his youngest son. He's the father. Could you really ever close your door on your own child, right? Frustrating because it's Prince Hazard, but I get that as well, right? Let's keep it 100. However, the source is saying, as is demanding an apology from royal family, King Charles is like, do one. Not happening, not in this lifetime. Get bent, shut the front door on the way out, right? So, at least King Charles certainly has a backbone when it comes to that, right? Now, the rift that continues between Prince Hazard and King Charles, specifically with King Charles being absolutely angry at how Hazard has conducted himself against the royal family the last couple of years, which caused a lot of anguish for Queen Elizabeth II before she passed away. All this means that King Charles has barely really met Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, his grandchildren. He's only seen them a handful of times. And a source told the paper, quote, there's a lot of hurt on both sides, but time is a healer. For now, it's baby steps forward. It's very sad His Majesty doesn't get to see his son or his grandchildren, but there's no rush to patch things up. There's no rush at all. Leave them to it at the end of the day. As far as I'm concerned, opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, they'll come back to the royal family grovelling. Best believe I really, really, really think that is going to happen. King Charles doesn't have to make a move. He does not have to make a move whatsoever. Hazza and Megxit are the ones, I think, that are going to make a move back to the royal family, grovelling to be taken back in. Because you know what? Sometimes the grass is not greener on the other side, guys. Remember that in life. But this is the thing, right? This anger that King Charles has against Prince Hazza, I absolutely 100% believe, not only because of all the anguish that is caused King Charles himself, Queen Camilla, his wife, but also his late mother, Queen Elizabeth II. But this anger is coming out in other ways that we are seeing right now. Case in point, most recently, Prince Hazza being snubbed by the royal family yet again for a second time within the last 7 days because he didn't get a mention when the royal family acknowledged the power of the Invictus Games during the Festival of Remembrance on Saturday night. Remember the Invictus Games that Hazza started, that he is kind of like spearheading, right? They acknowledged the power of the Invictus Games, but any mention of Prince Hazza? Not happening whatsoever. And just as a little bit of a side note, watch a video that I did last week because sources are saying that when Prince Charles celebrates his birthday tomorrow, any mention of Prince Hazza and Megxit are banned. They're otherwise known as the quote unmentionables. Like, seriously, you cannot say their names in the monarch's presence. He just will not have it whatsoever. Like, I'm like, snaps for that. I'm like, yeah, abso-freaking-lutely, right? So, again, knowing that, it links with this, that they mention the Invictus Games, but they don't mention the name Prince Hazza, right? And this is the thing. The anger, again, is very much well warranted and believable on King Charles's part because Hazza and Megxit, for better or for worse, for what they've done, they've damaged the royal family's brand by airing the dirty laundry in public because the way that people see the royal family now has changed because of what Hazza and Megxit have done, right? It's damaged particularly the idea of a family monarchy because we always had this idea of the family monarchy being one unit together, undivided, nothing could break them, right? Well, not anymore. And that's thanks to Megxit and Hazza, right? In addition, their relationship with many of the royals has turned extremely sour. Case in point, Prince William and Princess Catherine, right? Not only has it damaged the personal relationships within the monarchy, but historian Dr. Ed Owens has spoken out saying it's also majorly dented the royals' image of being the best of British family life. So what they've done is they've damaged the image of the monarchy. And again, that's another thing that I would imagine King Charles is going to be angry about towards Hazza and Megxit, right? Speaking on the Mirror's Pod Save the King podcast, Dr. Owen said, quote, "The story is slightly tragic one, as it's damaged this idea of a family monarchy, this idea that this is a united group who embody, if you like, the best of British family life. Originally, King Charles III's reign was going to be based around him being supported by his two trusty lieutenants, William and Harry. When that went so disastrously wrong, when I could get my teeth back in me gob, in early 2020, because of Hazza and Megxit's decision to leave, it really put paid to that vision of the family monarchy. And then, of course, we've had the Sussexes airing their dirty laundry in public for the best part of 3 years. And again, it's done much damage to that narrative of a happy family life. So why not, as I suggest in my book, he says, do away with this family narrative once and for all. We don't need to have this big royal family presenting themselves as moral exemplars. King Charles is uniquely placed because he knows firsthand that the ideal of the family rarely matches the reality of the family monarchy, right? And so this is the thing, right, guys? As we go full circle, Harry has effed up big time. King Charles is not amused one bit. He is angry, undeniably angry, because of a few things that Hazard has done. First and foremost, all the anguish that he caused Queen Elizabeth II in her final years of her life, which, let's not remember, rumour is that she was in bad health at that point. So he caused a lot of stress on top of that and a lot of anguish on top of that. Secondly, all the mud that he threw not only at King Charles himself, but also his wife, Queen Camilla. That's also going to make him undeniably angry. You then have, evidence of this anger where Prince Hazard is now being snubbed on a regular basis. The last 7 days, he's been snubbed twice. Most recently, when the royal family acknowledged the power of the Invictus Games during the Festival of Remembrance on Saturday night, but didn't mention Prince Hazard's name, which ties up with the rumour that on his birthday tomorrow, Prince Hazard and Meg's name is banned in his presence. And if anything, just banned in his presence overall. Never mind on his birthday, just anytime, banned. They're known as the unmentionables, guys. This anger is running deep. Proper deep. And with all the mud that they've thrown at the royal family, it's damaged the image of the monarchy in a way that King Charles cannot abide by. So, yeah, guys, I believe this, that King Charles is undeniably angry at Prince Hazard and, by extension, Megxie. But you know what? Enough with my gob. It's now time for your gobs. If you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, of course there's going to be more, then make sure you subscribe to join our alternate tribe. I'll be honest with you, help us get to 100k so we can get that silver play button right there and cause a boozy meltdown on Twitter. Comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theories and whatevers. Also as well, if you've got some very strong opinions about this particular topic, and I bet you do, then make sure you send me a super thanks. It's just below this video right here. We can have a conversation about this because it does guarantee a response from me. And until the next time, you guys, laters!